Arcos is, the old quarter at least seems really, really vacant. Once you get away from here, it's there's more action. There's cars running around, but yeah. Getting a bit of an early start today. It's almost 7:30. That's when I meet my other parents. And yeah, I'm gonna go. We got a long day today, so about 28 kilometers to Logrono. Hold on. This way. Only half paying attention. Ow. There, we can already see the next town. Yeah. It's always so nice, it seems. Walk along farmland for a while, things like this you start to appreciate. A little break in the monotony. Oh, and a little shelter. Lord knows how old it is. Well, today my dad and Evelyn are portering their packs, so they're walking sans packs. And I think both of these guys are too. Starting to be pretty common, actually. I thought that first one was like some kind of emergency shelter, but the book talks about them. They're beehive huts for watching over the vineyards. Like, did people used to stay in those? And yeah, kind of interesting. And that's the third one now. I haven't seen nothing of sheep in quite a while, so they must have gathered them all up, but they obviously love that spot. Our church has got scaffolding all around it. It's undergoing some kind of reno. We're hoping to find some coffee after banging away 7 kilometers. Well, there's the Camino, and it bypasses a big chunk of this town, and whatever is open, normally open, wasn't open. Here's the rest of it, San Sol. Very sad. Very sad we can't get coffee. Oh well, there's always hope for the next town, which apparently is just over 3 kilometers away. Come down that hill, all of a sudden we're in town again. Torres del Rio instead of San Sol. Going over another medieval bridge.
Okay, let me see what I can do with this now.
I want to sit there though.
Oh, that's where you're going to...
This is an octagonal church linked to the Templars. Well, Dad and Evelyn ran off on me, and honestly, you see inside there in about 7 seconds. It doesn't take much, so. All right, moving along. Geez, there's actually all kinds of stuff. There's 2 towns, San Sol and Torres del Rio. There's all kinds of stuff in Torres del Rio for pilgrims, so. I think lots of people walked here instead of Los Arcos to shorten their day into Logrono. Because from here it's like 20 kilometers, so that's a kind of a better day than 28, that's for sure. And yeah, and then because the other day was actually kind of easy, so I could have done another 6-7 kilometers. Oh well, I mean, these two, they get hotels, so I can't exactly change our plans. I booked them ahead, so.
Another.
Is this the high point?
Oh, I don't think so.
Don't count on it.
There's cobblestone here.
Yeah. Helps with the climb. Every so often you're reminded that someone died right here on the Camino at this spot. Usually there's like a name and stuff, but not this one. Oh. And boots. Oh. That's a good climb.
Yeah, steep.
Nice spot.
Yeah. Oh, nice little spot. And oh, and this is like a little cairn village. See all the piles of rocks? First time I've seen that in Spain. What is this? Ribbons, and some people have put their frickin' face masks up here. Jesus. What is this supposed to be? Wristbands. No idea. There's even an old lock on here. I know nothing about this. I just consulted my other book that I have in my phone. And that other book there says nothing about this, so nothing. 2 books. No clue about this tree. All right then. Cool little mural and stuff.
Good. Take a picture of this deep.
Brand new valley to conquer.
Oh, we have to go down, 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 down.
Brand new valley to conquer. Okay, Viana's pretty big. That's Viana. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6,000 people, I think.
No, we don't.
We go through it.
I'm sure we've seen 20 of these. This is probably one of the nicest ones.
Yeah.
It's not as big as some of the other ones, but
Not very far off trail.
Well,
Hey, such a wonderful orchard here. So many grapes. Yeah. On Camino. What a beautiful little spot for lunch. We stopped for lunch on a couple of rocks. It happens. Pretty decent views. The motorbikes really like the secondary highway that's going by us. You hear as many of them as you hear cars. Got some old ruins again. I say ruins, but for all I know, this is not very old at all. Looks pretty old though. Still got a door on it, of sorts. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's just old garbage. Squatters threw in there, I imagine. To the top of a rise, there's a bench. And then there's a moment of confusion. You can't find signs. It's one of the rare times. Couldn't find anything until you get down to the highway. You can see way down there. Oh, here we go. All right. Well, those times are pretty rare. You gotta hunt around and find the trail. Still trying to make our way to Viana. You see it, and then it takes forever to get to it, right? It's quite a ways off when you first see it. Don't play with fire, even out here. We have been walking along for a while thinking that's Viana. It's like, man, that looks a long ways away and it's big. Now we come around the corner. That is Viana. That is Logrono. Makes a lot more sense. It's like, yeah, look at the size of it. Well, it was one of the few times where you're just walking along a highway. Usually you're just walking along a country road anyway, without the cars and the asphalt, but hey, you know, that's still nicer than this. Well, stopped there in Viana, had a nice drink, Gatorade. I want to do it every single day, but been in the sun all day. There's still 10 kilometers left, so, and exposed all day. So yeah, it's very refreshing. Pretty cool little door. Not bad, Viana. Not bad at all. There's absolutely no explanation as to what. Yeah. See the city walls. Viana was apparently a site of many, many battles. Come on, there you go. Can't see anything in the dark. Come on. Yeah. All right. In the hot country road ever since Viana. And we are happy to go into the trees. I'm really hoping someone set up this awesome little break area. That'd be wicked. 625. Is that really an encouraging? Oh. Well, yeah, it wasn't much, but it was better than nothing. I'm sure in 2 minutes we'll find an amazing spot for a break. We are nowhere near there yet, but we have entered the concrete jungle. Interesting design for the shells here in Logrono. Well, that's the bridge for the Camino, but right now the whole thing is shut. By the way, detouring us over there. Tiny little bird's nest. Looks like a small car. Very cool bridge. So big. Said beside it it'd be like waist high or something. Awesome.
Esto es un jamón, bellota y pienso.
Morning. This is something I noticed, that the single wooden sticks seems to be a Pilgrim thing. You know, here we have some that have been clearly left behind even, so I guess it's just a thing. Can't see how much it would be helpful, but yeah, you know, I don't see some people like it. So here we are in Logrono. Today is the day off. We're going to explore Logrono a little. take a day off. The major cities on the Camino are practically laid out to make it harder as you go. It's like perfect. The first takes 3 stages to get to Pamplona, and then 4 stages to get to Logrono, and then like I think 5 stages to get to Burgos. And then the next 2, you know, there's 8 stages to, I think it's Leon, and 8 stages to Sarria. So we might find other places to stop there instead of doing 8 stages in a row. But yeah, it's actually laid out quite nicely in that sense. Hotel rooms. It's different here in the morning than it did last night. That's ridiculous. Early September. It's completely impossible to capture these churches. Completely and utterly impossible.
Oh, no. Just,
Sorry, yeah.
just sitting. Thank you.
Sometimes you gotta look up. 13th century spire. This is an awesome mural. Nothing wrong with that one either, but it's creepy. I didn't know we still had pterodactyls in this world. The size of that nest. Insane. Ah,
Oh, she likes the salt.
yeah. Well, we had a nice lunch. I'm heading back to my hostel. This happened in Pamplona too. They kick you out, and then you're allowed to leave your bag somewhere. Pamplona, I just got a locker for €1. And I gotta go back and check in again. In this case, at 1. So, yeah. Something I'm starting to realize is I can talk while I'm here in town, and people just think I'm on the phone with someone, so it works out just fine. I don't have the phone up to my ear, mind you. That looks a little funny, but no worries. One thing that's kind of interesting is, you know, I'm trying to improve my French vocabulary, and I'm trying to pick up some Italian because I've been hanging around with Italians, and I'm trying to pick up some Spanish. So 4 languages buzzing around in my head. I'm only strong in 1, and it gets interesting sometimes. Sometimes words come spitting out that are in the wrong language. So, been here in Europe for a little while now. Something that's definitely become a real thing is starting to wear pretty thin with us, and of course we have to adjust to it, right? But it's not enough that you have money and you want to eat. That's not enough. You also have to work in order to eat. You go looking around for food. They don't start serving food until a certain time, you know. Breakfast, there is no breakfast. Breakfast is croissant and coffee and orange juice. If you want more than that, have fun, right? Lunch will be served like until 1 o'clock. and you're trying to get menus. Well, they don't seem to have a menu. They seem to think menu means supper. And then you're like, okay, well, how do we figure out what food is? Well, I mean, there are rules. If you don't know those rules, you have to fight for them, you know, like you wander around in the restaurant looking lost, you pull up to their counter looking lost, you sit down at a table outside the restaurant, none of that stuff works. You have got to get in there because otherwise they just don't care. It is not their problem. Yeah, so that's taking a bit of a thing. Supper is not served till 8, and I mean, sometimes that means that the chef shows up at 8 and he doesn't put out a menu until God knows when. So still can't get a menu, right? Still don't know what to eat. So you wait until 8 and then, well, he hasn't put out a menu yet. So now you're waiting on Spanish time for someone to put out a menu. Yeah. So we got to adjust to this, right? It's wearing a little thin with us. We're getting a little tired of, you know, we're hungry, we want to eat, and first we have to fight to find a place and figure out their rules. And, you know, in order to eat something, right? There's no fast food here, and things have been made so easy for us in the West. If a restaurant has a menu, most of it you can order off all day long. Anyway, it's a Europe thing, or maybe just a Spain thing. I haven't visited all parts of Europe, and we'll figure it out. You can research all you want about a place, but you'll never, it seems, learn about like what murals, interesting murals and art you're gonna see. And this one here is pretty interesting with the, you know, got this older guy and it's just got this melting gun. Yeah, pretty cool. Seems like everywhere we go, even like some of the smaller towns, have old city walls. This region was subject to a lot of warfare for a lot of years between Christians and the Moors, also known as the Muslims from Africa. Christians eventually won the battle for good, apparently, in 1492, same year that Columbus landed. But yeah, the walls, I mean, every city, a lot of towns changed hands a lot. Their old walls are still there. Well, I decided to spend like $1.30 on masking tape. And here's the difference. Sticks out like a sore thumb, but it'll get dirty. And it'll look a little brown and no big deal. Sure hell isn't about fashion. It's just getting rid of that tick, tick, tick annoying sound after I lost my tips so that I can use it in town and not make that noise. I was wondering what that like strange voice was, but it's just an old folks home doing exercises. I still hear them singing. I just need to just get a little portrait of life in Spain, away from tourist attractions and other pilgrims, other hostel. Yeah, frankly, I've never seen a bunch of ladies singing at an old folks' home in Canada, so. Well, I've just been alone in this big bunkhouse now for a while. Everyone shows up, they quickly get unpacked, they shower, then they go out, they have a beer, they go check out the town, and then they're out of here tomorrow. So that's generally seems to be the pilgrim routine. Personally, I am feeling it a little bit as far as, you know, I mean, the glow, you know, the euphoria of starting in the Camino was over. And, you know, nowhere near close to like halfway point. The end is a million miles away. So now the adjustment to the thinking, adjustment to the attitude has to come. But that's tough, all right? Okay, now there's just an extremely long way to walk. And a lot of Spanish towns, a lot of cool stuff to see. But yeah, it's gonna start, you know, after, yeah, this is when things get tough. It's like when I was on my longer ones, like South Boundary, things get tough like day 5, day 6, day 7, and you're not even halfway, all right? But the euphoria being out there is done, so. But yeah, I mean, still pretty awesome, right? I am just hanging out in Spain. Yeah, there we go. Gotta focus things a little different. And yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's not something, you know, it wouldn't be worthwhile if it wasn't hard, frankly. So if it was easy, it'd be way more people who do it. What a unique experience last night. I went out with 2 Italians who basically did not speak any English, and I did not speak any Italian. It was a lot of work, I gotta say. You know, we used Google Translate and tried to, also I just had to be patient and kind of let them rabble on each, you know, run along, you know, just run on in Italian to each other sometimes, and I'd be kind of left out. But it was unique, you know. I saw how they do things, different ideas, how they prepare up for supper, how they we went to like a butcher shop, and yeah, so.